Hey Nat and Isaac, when I went on my camping trip, my camping trip was at a Native American village, and there was a Native American uh, museum close to the campsite. And in the gift shop, I found this book, and I wanted to read you guys the story and then send it to you in the mail so that you could also read it yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the glare over here. Okay, so it's called In a Nutshell, and it's a story about an acorn. You probably are wondering what's so exciting about an acorn. Well, we're about to see. Okay. Dawn sparkled on the great forest. Look at that. See how pretty it is? High in the treetops, plump acorns were leaving their sunlit home and falling into the darkness below. One little acorn wanted to stay in the light forever, but it soon lost its grip and fell to the floor. See? A moment later, it landed with a thump and lay still. The forest floor was very, very dark. Somewhere deep inside, the acorn knew it must get back to the sunlight. It would have to break free of its shell and become bigger than it was. So here it is on the bottom of the forest floor in the dark. And that's when it knew it needed to get bigger. So, when the season was right, the acorn burst open. It pushed out roots and a stem and stretched itself into a tiny sapling. The sapling took food from the wet soil. It soaked up every drop of sunlight its tiny leaves could reach and grew a little more every day. So here it is. It's bursting open and sending out a stem and roots. And here it is right here where it's growing. And what's that on it protecting it? That's a praying mantis, and praying mantis like to eat other bugs. So it was helping the little sapling grow by eating bugs that would want to eat it. As days passed into years, the sapling discovered that becoming an oak wasn't easy. Hungry mouths nibbled at it. You see that? There's a bug trying to eat it, and there's a caterpillar trying to eat it. Vines choked it. See the vine growing up onto its branches? But the vine is good too because the vine makes flowers that feed the hummingbird. Sometimes it was icy cold. At other times it was burning, burning hot. So you guys remember when there was snow? See it living in the snow? And this is a forest fire. And do you see the owl at the top flying away from the forest fire and the coyote running too? Hard times helped make the sapling strong as it grew into a tree. Yet even the strongest trees weren't safe from everything. You see what's going on here? There's some people, and they're cutting down trees to build a cabin to live in. Still, it kept on growing and reaching for the sun. You see they left it? And it's a nice big, big tree that gives shade to the house where the people live, the cabin that they built. Years passed. What was once a small acorn became the tallest tree in the forest, with deep roots and sturdy branches. Countless leaves touched the sunlight. They turned the light into life that filled the tree and flowed over. Look at that. See, there's the cabin that they built from other trees. And there's the little sapling that grew into the oak tree. And there's the people that are enjoying the oak tree. It dropped acorns of its own, giving life to little oak trees and food for the forest creatures. Too many. The tree gave a home. So, do you know what these creatures are right here? Do you know what that is? What do you eat at Thanksgiving? You eat turkey. These are turkeys, and they like to eat acorns. And you see what these kids are doing? Up at the top of the tree? They built a tree house inside of the tree. So they're really enjoying that tree. But when it was old and tired, and its limbs and roots were rotten, the mighty tree could grow no more. Its life as an oak was almost over. The only way for it to become bigger than it was now was to die. See, its branches are falling off and it's rotting, but that's okay. Here's the cabin. Remember the cabin that the people built a long time ago? It's also falling apart a little bit too. When the tree finally fell, its crash shook the whole forest. It was a rainy night, there was lightning, and the tree fell. What do you think is going to happen now? Worms and bugs took the tree's life and returned it to the soil. Finally, the tree became a pile of rich, dark earth. No one remembered that it was once a living tree grown from an acorn. See the bugs? They're eating all the rotten wood and turning it into soil, because that's the good thing that bugs do. And then look at this. Somebody rebuilt the cabin. And look at this pretty lawn. And the soil in this lawn is where the tree once stood. And now the soil is rich, so you can see all the plants growing nice. And the soil is rich because the tree put its life force into the soil. It seemed that the oak was gone forever when another tree was planted there. The life of the oak passed from the soil into the new tree, a cherry tree. See? See them digging in the soil where the oak used to be and planting the new cherry tree? And there's the cherry tree. When the cherry tree grew up, birds ate the fruit, scattering cherry seeds and new life throughout the forest. Well, look who else was eating the cherries. So people eat the cherries, and birds and animals eat the cherries too. And when the birds eat the cherries and the people eat the cherries, they spit the seeds out, and the seeds become more cherry trees. Until the life of the little acorn became part of everything. Do you see what they're eating? They're eating cherry pie. And when you eat something that it has life in it, you then take that into yourself. So the acorn made the cherries. The people are eating the cherries. So they're going to be healthy and happy because of the life force of the acorn. And that is the end. Did you like it? Let me know. Okay, I love you.